Hey everyone, and welcome to my latest video. So in this video, I want to take a look at Restream, which is the live streaming tool that I use to go live on my YouTube channel every week on a Wednesday at 5 p.m. So in this video today, I want to give you a brief overview of what Restream is and how you can get started using Restream for free. So my name's Anita Wong and I'm a digital visibility strategist, and I help you to grow your business the pineapple way. So I help you with Instagram, Facebook and video marketing, and I do this in a unique way by using pineapples. So a pineapple is a fruit which is an absolutely gorgeous fruit. But when we go into a supermarket, most of us think that pineapples are all the same, but they're not. They're all unique and they all have their own pineapple essence, just the same as we are unique. Let's jump in and learn a little bit more about how to use Restream.io as a live streaming tool so that you can actually reach, connect and engage with your audience as well. Okay, so here we are on Restream. So I just want to quickly go over what Restream does for you before we dive into the studio. So this is Restream.io. It supercharges your live streaming, and it does that because you're able to reach an audience in lots of different ways. So here you can see you go live from one studio and you can live stream to multiple different platforms, and the number is endless depending on your plan. Now you can get started for free, and when you do sign up, you'll always end up inside of this dashboard. Now this dashboard is the sort of like the outer cockpit of the live streaming account. Now what happens inside of here is that there are two ways to use Restream, and the way that I'm going to show you today is by using their inbuilt live studio. So before we jump into there, I just want to go through some of the things that you need to know before you jump into the live studio. The first thing is that you have to add a destination to your live studio so that you can actually live stream to a social platform. So what I'm talking about when I talk about destinations is Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn Live if you have it, or your Facebook group, or any other platform that you live stream to, such as Twitch, and there's all sorts of different ones that you can do out there. Now, to actually add a channel, all you need to do is click the Add Channel option. And as you can see, it gives you loads and loads and loads of different ones. Now, most of us as small to medium-sized business owners, or just starting out to, to share your value and your pineapples out there, we'll be looking at live streaming to YouTube, maybe Facebook, maybe even a Facebook group, and also LinkedIn Live and Twitter. So those are the sort of ones that most entrepreneurs would live stream to. Facebook, your profile, your page, your group, YouTube, Twitter and LinkedIn. Now, obviously, there are lots of other live streaming platforms here that you can live stream to, and depending what you're using the live stream for will depend on where you actually live stream to. So I'm already connected with my account. So all you do is you click group or Facebook. It's going to ask you to connect. When you click that button, it's going to ask you to say yes to some permissions. So basically it's going to say, will you allow Restream to connect to your Facebook account? You say yes. Then it's going to give you some options of where you would like Facebook to connect to. So if you're just using Facebook for yourself and your business, then you'll have your Facebook business page and perhaps a couple of groups that you want to connect. Go ahead and connect those. If you're a social media manager, or you are managing other people's Facebook pages, for example, then you'll have to go through and connect to the channels that you want connected in here. Once you've done that, you can always go back into the Connect Facebook and add more channels as you need them, because at the moment I'm already connected. So when I click this, it's going to ask me whether I want to add any more pages. So once you've done that, it's going to take you back to the destination area. And as you can see, it will have this on. And when you click the toggle on, you'll see that this is where you'll be able to live stream to. And once you've done this for all of the channels that you want, just make sure that you've toggled on the channels that you want to actively live stream to. You can change this every time you go live, so it doesn't have to be done straight away, but it's better to have the connections there waiting. And then depending on where you want to live stream to, you can turn these on and off. Okay, the next thing that you need to do, if you are going to go live spontaneously, in other words, you're not going to pre-schedule your live, is to update your titles. So to do that, you go ahead and click Update Titles. Here you can update your titles. So here I'm just going to put Testing Restream. Go ahead and do that. Then do your description. So go ahead and put in your description. Then, if you are a gamer and you're sharing gaming content, then you will need to toggle this. However, I'm not actually doing this video for gamers, but of course you can learn about Restream as well. So do feel free to carry on watching. The setup is exactly the same. You'll know how to connect your gaming stuff to it if you need to. So if you are a gamer, you go ahead and click that. If not, do what I'm saying now. Go ahead and do your title, your description, and click update all. Now, what that does is it updates every social channel that you have inside of your group. So all these destinations that I've got here inside of my Restream account, this has just updated the title. Now, the next thing to do is to jump into your live studio. So this is what I'm going to be teaching you today, how to use the live studio inside of Restream. So go ahead and click that big orange button. It's so easy to find. Okay, so when you get into the live studio, the first thing you want to do is to go to the settings. So this is going to help you to set up your camera and your microphone. This is super, super important. As you can see here, I'm using my computer's FaceTime camera inside the studio because I'm using my HD Pro Logitech for the actual recording of this video. I'm also on high definition, which means that I'm 30 frames per second. It means that everything that I'm going to be doing on the live is going to be nice and clear and crisp. My audio is set to my Yeti microphone. If you want to change it, you just click on it and it will give you the options that you have inside of your computer. And that goes the same for your video. If you can't see your video or it's black for any reason, then just click on it and go to the one that you're using. As you can see, I've got my high definition as well. So you just decide which camera you want to use. Your output is the speakers from your computer, so just leave that on as it is. I wouldn't worry about the advanced settings, just leave those alone. However, if you want to, you can click on the echo cancellation and the noise suppression. It just helps to reduce the outside ambient sound from around you. Once that's set up, you're good to go, and we'll go over to the setup area inside the studio and I'll run through the setup, the graphics, the captions, the chat, and what happens when you go live. So here on the right hand side, you see it says setup. We've already done our title and our description. However, if you wanted to, you could do this inside of here. So here we've got our destinations here on the right hand side. So here I've got my Facebooks, and maybe I want to switch on my Twitch and all those sorts of things. So those will switch on and update, and they've gone on with the new title as well. So don't forget that. Okay, so that's the setup. You don't have to go into there very often. If you've set it up beforehand, you don't have to come into there anymore. Graphics is where Restream Studio really comes in. So what you can do with the graphics is you can do a theme. First thing you need to do is you need to brand it with your primary color. So choose one of your brand colors that you love and pop that in there. Mine's pink, so that's super cool. Then to see what that looks like, you just go to the chat option or the captions option and just add a caption. So let's just pop this one in here. And what you can do is you can see that the theme changes depending on which option you choose. So I can have the rounded option, I can have like the news feed option along the bottom, or I can have the default option. Another thing to remember is to make sure you have the default graphics switched on, because then you get access to all this lovely overlays and all these lovely video clips and backgrounds that Restream have put into the studio for you to use at your will. Okay, the next one down is show non-video participants. So if you have that on, you'll be able to hide users or disable their camera, but they can still be heard. So that's quite cool if you have a guest in and maybe you're going through a presentation and you just want them to put some comments in, but you don't want them on the screen. Another thing is to automatically share screens. So this is a new feature, automatically add shared screens to the stream. Disable this if you want to turn it on automatically. So what does that mean? What that means is that if you share a screen, so if I were to share a screen by clicking this share screen option, I'm going to grab a application. So let me just take this one and click share. It's going to bring my screen share up on the screen with me. Now, if I don't have this clicked on, then I can actually do it manually. So if I have that switched off, I can actually turn this on and off over here myself. So as you can see, I can flick it on and off as I wish. I would probably leave it off at the moment unless you were doing a planned like webinar style and you wanted this to show up straight away. Otherwise, you can have it off and then you can control it as you wish. You can also move these things around. So if you wanted to be the focus, you could just drag yourself over, and while you're the focus of the conversation, you can do that. And then when you've finished and you want the screen share to go back on, you just drag it over and the screen share comes in. You can change this configuration by going down here. At the moment, I'm in the thumbnail view. I could do the cinema view where I'm at the bottom and that's at the top. I could do the bottom right hand corner view, which means that I'm quite small down here. I can also do a 3, so that that's side by side. And if you've got more than one guest, you obviously have more guests showing up. So that's the super cool way that you can have all of the different setups in here. You can also make your screen share maximize, so that actually takes up the full screen. You're still being able to be heard, but it just fills up the whole screen, which is quite good if you've got detail that you're sharing on your screen share. So that's something that you might want to have a little look at. Okay, so going back over here on the right hand side, if you want your name to show, you can click on your participant's name, and it will only show when you don't have a caption or anything else showing. So if I hide that, you'll see that my name is down here on the bottom left hand side as well. Okay, going down, if you want to have your logo, if you have the Restream logo, it always shows on the top right hand side. If you replace that with one of your own, then yours will replace that and it will come on. That depends on the plan that you're on, but you can of course just go ahead and have the Restream logo on there if you want to. Overlay wise, Restream gives you these awesome little overlays. So if I show you this overlay here, it's giving me like this spring feel, but you can of course add your own overlays to the stream. So I can pop that in. I could even put a whole picture if I wanted to as an overlay as well, for any reason that you might want to try that out. Okay, so that's the overlays. Video clips are super cool. What video clips allow you to do is they allow you to play video whilst you're live. So for example, I could pop this one on. And what that does is it goes over the top of the screen, it mutes your microphone, so the video itself plays. Now you can actually have videos like that as a short preview, or you can actually have videos here where you can actually play a local video, which means that you can actually click that button and choose a video from inside your computer to play inside the live stream with you. So this might be good if you are maybe promoting something, or you have a short little tutorial video that you want to play whilst you're here. You can actually do that as well, which is super, super cool. They've also got these cool backgrounds. As you can see, I'm showing the little purple one. You could actually have any of these ones. You can upload your own, and I do know that there are video animated backgrounds coming very soon to Restream. So do keep checking out your Restream Studio to see whether you've got the animated options as well. And if they are animated, you'll be able to upload your own animated videos as well, coming soon as well. So do keep an eye out for all the great updates that happen. So that's pretty much the graphics. So there you've got lots and lots of control over what your stream looks like, which is super, super awesome. Now, another thing to mention is the captions. Now, I use the captions a lot when I'm doing my lives, because what it does is it helps me keep on track. So for instance, if I'm doing a Facebook group solutions video, I can actually have what I'm doing as I go through. So as you can see, I'm actually put what's happening in my group tutorial in order on my captions. So it helps me to keep my live stream on track, but it also gives my audience the cues about what I'm talking about, which is super, super cool. The next one along is the chat. Now, the chat is absolutely amazing. What the chat allows you to do is that when you're connected and you're live, all of the platforms that you're connected to will show up here. So I'm connected to these, but when I'm live streaming, what will happen is that if anyone writes a comment on my live stream, I will actually see that comment inside this chat. And as you can see, the ones that are active will show up, and some of them you'll be able to reply to whilst you're in the chat. Others will only be read only. So it depends on the social platform as whether you can actually reply to them or you can only see them. But whatever chat comes in, you can actually display that chat on the screen. So you can really involve your audience, which is super, super cool. Okay, another new feature is that you can actually have the chat overlay. So if you're live streaming like I'm doing here, pretending to, and you have people commenting, you can actually bring their comments up on the screen, which really involves your audience into the screen. So I'm just going to take myself off there. So as you can see, I could actually have my preview, I can have the chat here, and all these sorts of things can go ahead, which is super, super cool. Okay, and then once you've got all of these things set up, so you've got your setup done, you've got your graphics all sorted, you've got all your captions ready to go so that people know what you're talking about, you've got your chat open so you can actually respond to people. All you have to do then is to make sure that your internet is stable and that you're on a really good internet level. Now, one of the ways that you can do that is to make sure that your internet is plugged into your computer. So if your internet is plugged into your computer, you have direct internet into it. Otherwise, you can do Wi-Fi. And then what you'll do is that you'll see that I've got my name here, and here you'll have your network connection. Now, mine's actually quite poor right now because I'm actually not on the internet. I'm actually recording this beforehand. But if it's green, you'll see that you have a network connection of 10 out of 10. And this really is a really good way of you checking your internet connection, and that stops you from dropping down and dropping off. Once you're happy and you're all ready to go, all you need to do is click that go live button and you're ready to go live. When you do go live, everything in here stays exactly the same. You'll be live. Instead of it saying preview here, it will say live, and you'll also see a little eye here. When you see the little eye there, you'll see how many people are watching you. You can carry on your live stream, get your conversation going. When you want to finish your live stream, all you have to do is click stop here, and there will be a little pop-up that says, are you sure you want to stop your live stream? Go ahead and click OK, and it will stop. Then the beauty of Restream comes into play as well, because when you live stream on Restream, it automatically saves a recording for you. Now, to find that recording, all you need to do is come here to the video storage area, and what that will do is it will bring in all of the recordings that you've done. So the recordings are any of the live videos that you've done inside of your Restream account, plus any of the pre-recorded videos that you've done inside your Restream account, which is for another video. So when you've gone live, your live streams will be shown up here. When you click it, it will pull it up here for you to actually access and watch if you want to. And then if you want to download this to your computer, you click the three little dots, click the download option, and it gives you the download of the full video, or it gives you the full audio, or it gives you the split audio track. So you can have 3 different types of download, which is super, super awesome. Okay, another thing just to remind you of this is that when you have downloaded it, it will stay here for up to 1 month only. So as you can see, it says expires in a month, and you'll get the countdown. Look, I've got 4 days left of that one, and this one expires in a day. So it's best, really, if you can, once you've done your live, come into the recordings and download that video to your own computer so that you can use it for repurposing later on. Okay, so just a quick super reminder, sign up for Restream. The link is below this video. You can try it out for free. When you've signed up, you're going to come to the destination area. Number 1, add your channels. Make sure that you connect the channels that you want to live stream to. Number 2, update your title and your description so that that's all ready to go. Number 3, enter the live studio. Prepare your captions and your chat and everything else. Make sure your camera and everything is working. Once you've done that, go ahead and click that go live button and you're all ready to go. Super awesome. Okay, so I hope that was a super useful tutorial on how to get started using the Restream Live Studio so that you can live stream to multiple platforms and connect and engage with your audience. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below this video. I'm sure to answer them as soon as I see your questions pop up. Don't forget that if you've enjoyed this video, give me the thumbs up. And of course, if you want to see more videos about live streaming, Instagram, Facebook, or video marketing, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. I will love you forever. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.